extend time from 17:30 until 18:00 hours. Motion. You have coded me a very special status now, the authoritarian speaker. So I will use my power, honorable member, since you have given me. House is extended from 5:30 until 6 p.m. My Lord Chief Justice, I have taken note of your very special request that you be ushered in by Otole dancers. And as we prepare to do that, may I very, very humbly and in a very special way, I invite the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Parliament to come and make some brief remarks. Right Honorable Speaker, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, the Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Secretary General of the NRM, Ministers, colleagues, members of Parliament, fellow mourners. Right Honorable Speaker, the proceedings I've witnessed today have shown me that the future of northern Uganda is secure. The standards are so high, and I think you've really responded to the gospel of Jacob, whereby you should never, never go for any low standard. Thank you, councillors. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for maintaining the standards. Right Honourable Speaker, the Minister of Local Government has said he has taken note of all issues you've raised. My role, Honourable Minister, in a month's time, Parliament will need you to bring a statement on the issues raised by the councillors. And thereafter, you bring a treasury memoranda, which is action taken on the issues. Because the issues affecting councillors in northern Uganda are issues affecting councillors in Karamoja, in Mitoma, and everywhere. So, Honourable Minister, that's a deal, and we've sealed it here at Jacob Oulanya's home. So we must fulfill it. Finally, I want to take this opportunity to thank the people of Omoro and northern Uganda for welcoming our Right Honourable in a very special way yesterday. Thank you, because for us, people who are not from this area, we are already celebrating Muzzei Lokolo for being used by God to deliver a very important gift for this country. Jacob taught us how to debate. He taught us how to be smart. He taught us how to love. He taught us how to be happy. He taught us how to be human. He taught us how to be humble. And the only way we can pay him back is by being humble, by working for the people. And the Parliament I'm going to lead under the supervision of my boss, the Right Honourable Speaker, Anita Mong, we shall ensure it is a people-centered Parliament. I thank you.
Thank you so very much, Right Honourable Deputy Speaker.
I think if you don't mind, Right Honourable, I can take the opportunity to invite His Lordship, the Chief Justice, to come and address you. Oh, I'm told there is a Tole dance. Oh, I invite the Tole dancer.
No. The CJ.
Wow.
Let the CJ come.
Oh, he's already coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Right Honourable Deputy Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, Right Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, Honourable Ministers, Honourable Members of Parliament, the Great Joint Council of Northern Uganda. I'm going to speak very briefly because I'm going to speak at length tomorrow. So I'll focus on your sitting here today. Muzzei pora ana be loko kele mono ke kentien pian loka bordo tua bibe do diri ne ma lo mera dong metir paga tina be loko kele mono bor jone mono poldan pe winyo me po ke pe biro kan ki dong lo ka chela rio mo ada lo ki un weng diri ne ma lo ko mera. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the Bible there was the Old Testament, number of books. Then the New Testament, the works of Jesus Christ. Then after that, the Acts of the Apostles. Jesus Christ participated briefly in the Acts of the Apostles. Then they saw him climbing into the clouds. And we celebrate that one as Ascension Day. He appeared to a few people. Now, my brother Jacob certainly was not a Jesus Christ. But there is a parallel. Even in death, he has done what he was not able to do in life. Because the meeting we are holding together was called by Jacob Oulanya through his death. Meaning he has not died in vain. Why is it important, this meeting, the Joint District Council for Northern Uganda? It is because until and when Northern Uganda acts as one, we will be meandering like the Jews in the desert for 40 years. Until what you've started today, you concretize it positively, not negatively, positively. Because there is might in numbers. Even democracy is about demography. Until you realize this, and I thank God that is allowed Jacob Oulanya, my brother, Wedda Pora Pora, to call this meeting today. The challenge to you is whether it is just a one-day ritual or it is the beginning, one step in a journey of 1,000 miles, as the Chinese say. Go to Sir Samuel Baker School in Gulu here. The first secondary school in the whole of Uganda, which was not founded by missionaries, in the whole of Uganda. Do you know who owns Sir Samuel Baker School? It is not the Acholi, it just happens to be in Acholi land. Sir Samuel Baker School was built by 5 northern Uganda districts. Karamoja, and you'll find their totem, the giraffe in Sir Samuel Baker in the coat of arms. Lango, you'll find the rhino Amora, here Sir Samuel Baker School. Actually, you'll find the elephant. Madi, you'll find the cockerel, the cock. Then West Nile, you'll find the leopard. These are the people who contributed money. I think it came to 50,000 pounds sterling. I'm not very sure about the amounts. During colonial time, at the end of the 1940s, when our fathers and uncles came back from the war and asked for a secondary school and asked for a sports ground, Peche War Memorial Stadium. It is we of our generation who destroyed northern Uganda, who destroyed the linkages of northern Uganda, who saw greatness in being Acholi, who saw greatness in being Lango. Later on, you now see greatness in being Apache, in being Dogolo, in being Aleptong. Then it goes to Omoro like somebody talks now. So the challenge which Jacob has given you in death is whether you can recover that northern Uganda. That's a big challenge. You spoke here very well. I listened. Jacob was a unifier, a good debater. He loved his people. He loved God. Let us not sing those praises for the sake of being seen to have spoken also. let us prove that what we said about Jacob Oulanya, what we said about Weda Pora Pora, came from the depth of our hearts. It is only then that we can truly have remembered and sung the praises of Jacob. What are the challenges facing? For me, I thank Jacob that he has called me this meeting to tell you what I've been telling pockets of people in small settings. Northern Uganda is the poorest part of Uganda. You know this. It ranks lowest in education. You know this. None of your schools can now send students to go and do medicine. You know this. Engineering. You know this. Sir Samuel Becker School, Ombachi, Lango College. How many students go from Lango College to university? That's the Taupacho, which if God had allowed Jacob to be alive, we would have fought that Taupacho together. But fortunately, you, the disciples of Jacob, you are here, representative of the disciples of Jacob. That we can all stand up. We can all stand up, wipe our tears, and say, no, we can't do it. But we can only do it as one mass. Not as Agago, not as Obonge, but as one mass, Northern Uganda. The biggest problem, thank you for asking for roads, upgrade of hospitals, and so on and so forth. Thank you. But number one, my brothers and sisters, is income generation. What is the economy of Northern Uganda? What economy do you have? Jacob was a student of rural economy, having done agricultural economics. I always told him that, why did you have to go and do law? For the love of money or what? You should have preached rural economy. When the colonialists came, they punished us, and please write the word punish. They condemned Northern Uganda to poverty by introducing here a cash crop which had no value, which up to now has no value. For the South, they gave them heaven. Coffee, promotion of banana, tea, name it. Then it came here, cotton. I had one of my brothers here say, Lango does very well in oil seed or something like this. This sunflower seed, is that right? My brother, that one is pocket money in Toro. Pocket money. What you reap in 1 year from sunflower seeds is pocket money. If we are going to still focus, that simsim is our cash crop. That is something. I'm not saying you don't grow it. Please grow it, but also grow it as pocket money. Simsim, name it. Until we leaders, and that's why Jacob was saying we must offer leadership to our people. Until and unless we forcefully, if it means coming up with bylaws in every district council, please do it. That we must also have perennial crops. Perennial crops means you plant, you live for 90 years, you die, you leave it for your children to continue earning from it, you leave it to your grandchildren to still continue earning from it, because those perennial crops which were deliberately denied us, the 1 acre of simsim, which give you 900,000, because 3 sacks will earn you 900,000, and you boast when you earn 900,000 from Adilang, that's the farthest to the east in Acholi land. They praise you after Anaka Poron, that you really made money. 900,000 shillings. But the man in Toro, the man in Buganda, the man in Bugisu, who has used only a quarter, just 1/4 of an acre, gets 15 million and he's moaning as if he has lost a child. I only got 15 million, I should have got 25. Here you are boasting with 900,000 shillings. That is the challenge which Jacob Oulanya with the Pora Pora has left for us. Gulu, this Gulu here, the region of Gulu, has the highest amount of rainfall annually, together with Entebbe. No other part of Uganda has the amount of rainfall that falls here, except Entebbe. the colonialists experimented cotton in Bukalasa in Wobulenzi. It was called B52, if I remember. But they never grew it in Buganda, where it did very well. They experimented and brought the seeds here. Then they went to West Nile. You, my brother and sisters from West Nile. They introduced tobacco. Tell me of any rich person in West Nile today out of tobacco. None. All that tobacco did was to destroy the environment. Woodlots. So my appeal is, if we're mourning Jacob, if we're weeping for our brother, let us rededicate ourselves and fight poverty in northern Uganda. I believe we'll be blowing his horn down there. Bekoro Bieladada. Ko winyini wateka riya machanki northern Uganda. Then, what society have we inherited? We the leaders. They used to take sugarcane cutters from West Nile, from Acholi, from Lango, from part of eastern Uganda, to go and cut sugarcane in Lugazi and Kakera. I am told now, these people who do not have money in Acholi land here cannot go to cut sugarcane in Atiak. They are importing people from the south. But the first thing they will do when you come is they'll ask for money. So as our leaders on the ground, please, I beg you on my knees, this potted grain, these local drinks which Indians are bringing, which is destroying our society, it is within your powers as district council to come with strong bylaws and stop this nonsense from killing our people. There's one I'm told is called either Toledo or Torello, something. Torero. I'm told, Torero, I am told, kills a man twice. When you are walking, it kills your manhood. Your wife becomes your sister. Yes, because you can do nothing. Then eventually you die and you are buried. And you see the volume of domestic violence. Where are our district council? You are here. Tell me which law, which government, which central government will come and say, why did you pass a bylaw stopping this from coming here? So I thank Jacob. I've got an opportunity to speak with you. Please go back home, save our people. Go back home and preach the need for introducing here the new crops. Macadamia, has avocado, good breeds of cattle, cashew nuts. If you have an acre of such crops, you'll smile up to the bank. Then you grow your simsim, you grow your millet for consumption, and then as pocket money. We can do this. It is within our power. And we should thank Jacob that he has given us an opportunity, even in death, for us to speak about these things. Finally, there's been some misunderstanding between the people of this region and the people from West Nile. I'm glad to report this to you. The chair of Moyo, where's the chair of Moyo? Mr. Abraham or something, William. Oh, he's here. We had a long discussion with him in my office in Kampala. I set him to do something. I asked Honorable Ojara Mapenduzi to do something. I'm tired of this thing of running to State House. State House is not our brother. Tidemadi who is my brother. Tidacholi who is your brother. But what I've done, I have asked the president to fund a meeting of Acholi and West Nile leaders, just to give me the funds. We will meet, one meeting in Gulu, another one in Arua. We are going to solve these and other problems, and we move on. Because we are a laughing stock. Things that we can resolve, we are a laughing stock. Acholi and Madi are going to be permanent brothers. Your neighbor is your first brother. Let me tell you, your neighbor. When your house is burning, your brother, by the time he comes from Gulu, if your neighbor here does not come to put out the fire, the whole house will burn. So I'm waiting for their reports. And with the benefit now of our sitting today, we are going to have it, West Nile, Acholi, and Lango. We're going to have this meeting as Northern Uganda now. And bring in Karamoja. It will be a bigger thing. All that I need is the funding. We are going to talk. If the first day we are going to abuse ourselves, that is progress. The fact that you can talk to one another, even if it is an abuse. Then the following day, now you can call a window a night dancer, you can call him, but the following day, it is not fun anymore to call me night dancer. So you won't say, now I say, okay, now the night dancers come to you, can we now talk since it is daytime? My brothers and sisters, we can solve these problems. You've heard how many presidents from northern Uganda? 3? Dr. Obote, General Amin, General Tito Kello, and your economy has not changed. But God has given us the resources to change our economy here, and we can do it. And that's why I thank Jacob. Maybe his last act is now to unite northern Uganda in death. Thank you so much. We'll meet again tomorrow, but let this not be the end. Let this not be a one-off. Let this be the beginning of a great journey in togetherness, journey which will make us meaningful and purposeful members of this country, which we own together, Uganda. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Your Lordship. We very much appreciate the wisdom that you have shared with us today. Honorable members, we have come to the conclusion of today's council proceedings. Ordinarily, my order of adjournment should have included at least a district chairperson to make a remark, but aware that I already had silently extended time by 5 minutes because I could not interrupt the Chief Justice, allow me to adjourn this way by only introducing my right honorable colleagues with whom we have been sitting in today's council. I have the Right Honorable Speaker of Ugulu City, Right Honorable Joyce Ali Marina, in the company of the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Akena Lambert. We have also had the Right Honorable Okwiri Patrick of Lira City. We have also had the Right Honorable Ojok Dennis Patrick of Molata, in the company of the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Aloko Ambrose. We have had Right Honorable Odoj Dennis of Kole, in the company of the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Ananga Justin. We have had Owa Kenneth, Right Honorable Wa Kenneth Omara of Aleptong. We have had Right Honorable Ochola James of Lamour District, in the company of the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Ochen James. We have had the Right Honorable Otobe Welbonodia of Pade, in the company of his deputy, Right Honorable Ojok Ismail. We have had Right Honorable Ochen John Bosco, in the company of his deputy, Right Honorable Opoka Noel of Kitgum. We have had Right Honorable Ojok Samuel Kitanga of Agago, in the company of his deputy, Right Honorable Aringo Hope. We have had Right Honorable Tony Okello, Noya District, in the company of his deputy, Right Honorable Akwero Jeneth. We have also had Right Honorable Ayo Phoebe of Ugulu District, in the company of her deputy, Right Honorable Oboya William. We have had Right Honorable Opota Joel of Dokolo District, in the company of his deputy, Right Honorable Omara Jasfa. And then we also had Right Honorable Betty Andera from Tororo. We have had Right Honorable Ringto Gilbert Hassan of Jombo. We have had Right Honorable Amoko Emmanuel of Moyo, in the company of his deputy, Right Honorable Bakole Agatha. We have had Right Honorable Malasa Richard of Bulambuli. We have had Right Honorable Ogwa Lamex YK of Otuke. We have had Right Honorable Otieno Nomi of Oyam. Then we have had also Right Honorable Akim Charles of Koboko. And then in our company is also Right Honorable Mafabi Samuel of Sironko. And then we have had Right Honorable Okunzi Louis of Obonge. And finally, we have had Right Honorable Asiko Kasim of Yumbe. Right Honorable colleagues, I will now restrain myself even from making any concluding remark, but I will pass only these two very important announcements. One, as the House is adjourned and the Right Honorable Speakers and other members will be moving out, there will be a condolence basket that shall be blessed first by the hands of the speakers moving out, and we invite all of us to come and bless the basket. And we shall also, as the speakers' procession shall be moving, we shall be receiving Otole dance. And please let us be patient because immediately after Otole dance, lunch will be served. And the last announcement, we have received a gift. Council has received a gift of 100 books that were handed over by the Honorable State Minister for Primary Education, authored by the deceased Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Jacob Oulanya, 256 quotes. Let us appreciate the family for this very good gesture. Honorable colleagues, immediately after the meeting, let the district chairpersons stand behind that tent as we organize to plant the trees that has been proposed in the council. And with this, House is adjourned.